Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. So it's my day off. Didn't know what to do today. I opened my phone and I follow a couple of I guess tech or news updating websites that kind of pop up in my cards as I'm going onto Google or something like that before I do a search. And one of them is The Verge. And the first thing I see when I signed on is that yesterday, I don't know when this actually happened, but sometime between yesterday, or at least reported yesterday, it looks like the drone registration law has been reinstated. According to this, you guys can go look this up if you haven't already seen it. Congress signed a bill that said, yeah, you got to start re-registering your drones. They signed it under. Let me read this because I don't want to mess this up. Okay, so they signed it as part of the National Defense Authorization Act. So I'm guessing they're putting drone registration in the same category as making sure that we are protecting our borders, protecting our in the interest of national security. So again, like I told you before, I'm not against the registration. It does hold people accountable for the stupid shit that they do. But today in this video, I am going to play a little bit of devil's advocate. I am going to play the flip side of the card. There have been many videos of mine that I've endorsed the laws of the FAA. In fact, I have followed them strictly without any question, unless I did not completely understand the law. But more recently, I got to be honest with you. I'm going to put this down for a second. I got to be honest with you. I am getting frustrated about drones, the legislation and regulation around them, only because, it's just like gun laws. As you guys know, if you follow me on Big Ball Shooting, I am an avid 2A embracer. I love my Second Amendment rights. I practice them and I carry it. And when we think about it, guns are much more dangerous right now than drones, but the legislation around them, because of the constitutional right to own them, is a little bit, I would say, less restrictive. I can carry a gun, I can buy a gun from Cabela's, I don't have to register it, I don't have to pay to register it, depending on the state, and I can go out and do a lot more damage than I can with a drone, right? So the frustration that I have right now is that I'm a hobbyist. And I understand some of you commercial guys, maybe you need to register just so, for insurance reasons, you need to go out and register in case something happens with your drone. They can track you down and hold you accountable, or actually, settle any kind of insurance dispute or whatever, right? And I also understand that we have to monitor and make sure that the guys who just, the Joe Dumbass that went to a Best Buy and bought a Phantom 4 Pro, doesn't take it up to 15,000 feet, or doesn't fly it into, some restricted airspace, or do something stupid with it. I understand all of that. But the thing about it is, I feel like all of the legislation that's written around drones and all the laws that are written around drones have zero data to back them up. So you're writing rules and laws around pretty much a toy that you have no data to prove that there are any dangers from using it. You're just assuming that there's a danger, and you're writing some very heavy laws around it. Just bear with me. I understand I'm going to probably get a lot of negativity around this one, and I know a lot of you guys, you internet drone police who watch YouTube videos and then go call the FAA, are probably going to flame me for what I'm saying here. But there has not been a situation where a drone has actually brought an aircraft out of the sky. I work in the aviation industry. Actually, we build, the company that I work for has part in building jet engines. Testing for jet engines is it puts it under every possible scenario. One of the scenarios that they actually do is they take a frozen turkey and they throw it through a jet engine to see if it will actually bring the engine out of the sky. So compare a 20-pound frozen turkey or a 20-pound or 30-pound goose or large bird that you have seen in previous videos probably getting sucked through jet engines. We haven't had any planes brought down by drones. So let's talk about national security. Let's talk about things that could potentially be done with a drone. Let's say Billy Bad Guy, I don't want to stereotype anybody, gets his hands on a drone and he takes it out and he tries to do something stupid with it. Now, we also create tools to make these more dangerous. I was not a fan of the drop device that some manufacturers have made for the Phantom 4, and I think even for the Mavic now. I wasn't a fan of that, because some dumbass is going to take one, attach something heavy to it, and drop it down on someone and kill someone with it. So I'm not a fan of those. But let's talk about what has actually happened with drones that is part of that would risk our national security. Has anyone taken a drone and flown it through a window with anything dangerous, any kind of dangerous gases or explosive, and done any damage with a drone? I can't recall. I'm pretty sure if I Google long and hard enough, I will actually find something where somebody did something stupid with a drone. Yeah, I understand that there's some autonomy behind most of our drones, like our Phantom drones and our Mavic drones. We can program it and walk away from it and go away. But if I am Billy Dumbass or Billy Criminal or whatever, or any kind of crazy name you can think of, I'm not going to go into the store, just like with our gun laws. I'm not going to go into the store. I'm not going to buy a drone with my credit card. I'm not going to go home and register that drone under my real name and fucking address and then go do something stupid with it. I'm going to do it under an assumed name or something that would not be tracked back to me. So the only people that are being hurt by these laws are the hobbyists, right? You have the big lobbyists that are pushing for drone use for industry, delivering packages, stuff like that. In fact, in this article it says, and I will try to read this without fucking this up. Sorry for the cursing. I'm probably gonna get restricted on this, or have my video caught up in the algorithm and my monetization stop. But it says one of the industry's biggest trade groups, the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International, AUVSI, has already embraced the new legislation. Brian Wayne of AUVSI, President and CEO, said in a statement, Congress is clearly embracing the need to propel the country forward on the march toward full UAV integration. So yeah, they want their companies that are want to use these UAVs, Amazon and some other bigger companies that want UAVs for business, and they're behind this legislation, right? And it says, what was I? Sorry. The need to propel the country forward on a march forward for full UAV integration, including flight beyond line of sight. That will help them, because you can't deliver a package from Amazon within a line of sight. What else? Fly at higher altitudes. Yeah, they're going to need to fly at higher altitudes in certain situations where, you're going to take it up pretty high because of the terrain, but once you get to where you need to get to go, you don't want to keep going up and down and burn batteries. You want to just go straight there, so you're going to have to take it higher, fly over all the terrain, get it to where you need to go, and then land it or get it lower. And then what was the other one? And flying over people. Again, CNN got a drone waiver off of this Snap drone, which Casey Neistat just did a video on the Snap drone a couple weeks ago. Actually, I don't know when it was. It was a couple days ago, where he finally got his Kickstarter of the Snap drone. It was a POS, in my opinion. It's not the smallest drone anymore. In fact, Casey Neistat, not being the best drone pilot, couldn't control it with the phone. So how does CNN get a drone waiver to fly an untested drone over people? Casey couldn't control it. That means that the pilot that he gave it to is probably going to be trying to do the same thing with this freaking phone and crashing into someone. So this is just me, and maybe I need to be talked off of a ledge here, because it's winter time. I don't get to go out and play with my hobbies, and usually when I get to play with my hobbies, I start to lose interest in them. But for me, I'm asking myself, why do I want to go out and spend thousands of dollars on something that I am so restricted to use? I bought my drones I bought my drones thinking I would actually travel with them and create something, create content on the road and do like this travel vlog using drone to do amazing footage to show you amazing countries. And guess what? Every country that I want to travel to these days has a restriction on drone flight. I got to do months worth of research to figure out whether or not I can take a drone to the specific country that I want to take it to. Then I got to probably file for paperwork, insurance, and so on and so forth. When I'm home, I can't fly the thing out of line of sight. So, what fun is there? What fun is there in trying to capture great footage when I got to concentrate on if I can see that freaking drone? I can't concentrate on my screen if I'm looking at if I could see that drone, right? I get it. I'm not trying to fly in the shadow of an airport. I'm not trying to fly anywhere near an airport. I'm not trying to fly at 500,000 feet or whatever the hell I can take one of these drones up to, because I'm not trying to break any laws. But the laws that are currently in place restrict me down to almost nothing. It is rare that I take my Mavic Pro out these days. because I can't take it to certain parks, because I can't do this with it, I can't do that with it. You've seen my video on getting citations for flying in, or getting a citation for flying in a state park, which I didn't know. You can't fly to national parks, right? Because for some reason these drones are now menaces to society, in the ultimate danger that we have to put super strict regulations around it. Even if I were Joe Dumbass and I bought a Phantom or a Mavic Pro and I flew it into a national park and it crashed, am I going to burn down the national park? Is that what we were scared about? I don't know. Tell me. Somebody tell me why these legislations are getting so strict around drones. And then again, it's affecting the hobbyists. If you got millions of dollars, you can do whatever the hell you want, because you'll get a waiver from the FAA to go do whatever you want with your drone, like CNN did. If you're me and you want to go take your drone to a state park, you're going to get a ticket for flying in a state park. And even the state park ranger that I was talking to at the time when I got the citation said, yeah, we're probably not going to give you a permit. While we could, we're probably not going to give you a permit to fly a drone in state parks. Now let's go back to the gun argument that I gave you a little while ago. In Delaware, it was illegal to take a gun into a state park. Even me, being a concealed carry license holder of a, even me being a licensed even with a license to carry a firearm, I was not legally allowed to carry a gun into a state park. But guess what? They've overturned that. They said that, yeah, it's a violation of our rights to say that we can't carry a gun into a state park. And contradictory to that rule, that law, in some state parks you're allowed to hunt with guns. So why can a hunter come into a park with a gun, but I can't? Again, someone wrote up a bunch of laws and didn't think them all the way through. But there's a lot of laws like that. I'm not going to argue that. I just want to get on here and rant for a little bit. I am not against the re-registration of a drone. But if you want me to register it, don't charge me $5 to do it. Why do I have to? I don't have to pay you to register my gun. You want to know if I got this drone? Here's the serial number. Don't charge me $5 to do it. Make $1 million, billion, trillion off of making people register their drones. And then that money doesn't go into anything to help support the hobbyists or the drone community. Yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated right now. Again, like I said, not only are we back, the ruling of the courts to drop the registrations have been shot down. You know, we have Aeroscope now, which is now policing the drone community. So you're policing, again, the guys who are out there doing stupid shit. And you're policing the guys who want to go fly around airports and stuff like that. But I can almost guarantee you that some unknowing or uneducated or I don't know, someone who just doesn't like drones is going to get their hands on one of those boxes. They're going to see me flying my drone a little bit further than they think I should be flying it, maybe because they realize that it might be a little bit further than line of sight, and I'm going to have some guy knocking on my door telling me I broke some laws. That's why I'm thinking about getting away from drones. I'm so eager to see the new Arita drone. I'm very eager to see what Phantom's going to come out with, the new Phantom, the next generation of Phantom's going to be. I want to see what the Mavic Pro 2 is going to be, or Mavic 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. But again, why? It's a lot of money in this. So anyway, I'm up to 15 minutes. Again, if you guys didn't know, you got to register those drones again. Please, let's talk about it. Leave some comments below. Tell me how you feel about it. And, you know, I've been busy, so I haven't been able to get back and answer all the comments on all of my videos now. I'm trying to manage 2 channels. Work has been kicking my butt. Been working 12-hour days and still trying to maintain the channels. But I'll be trying to, you know, chime in and be part of this conversation. So, hey, I didn't even realize that I had gone over 4,000 subs. Again, thanks everyone for I'm not even going to edit this. This is going to be blooper city. Thanks everyone for subscribing and supporting Big Ball Vlogs. Hopefully, you know, we'll grow and teach each other something and build a stronger community. Thank you. Even though I know a lot of content creators out there are creating a lot more exciting, entertaining videos than I do, I appreciate your support and I appreciate you watching. So I will talk to you later. Bye.